Okay, so for today in math, we were continuing to work with our number line, but we shifted our mindset and now we're working on comparing numbers. So the first problem says plot the following points on the number line without measuring. So this is just asking them to reason about the number line. So it says here, first point we're supposed to plot is 2/3. So we're going to start by thinking about what is 0. 0 is 0/3. A whole is 3/3, and we know that a half is somewhere between 1 and 2. So we're going to just plot this point somewhere over here because it's 2, it's not close, it hasn't gotten to 3 yet, but it's more than halfway. Now, for 2, it says 1/6. So we're going to think, okay, 0/6, 6/6, 3/6. And we're going to think about what is 1/6 closest to. Oh, 1/6 is closer to 0 than anything else. We're going to mark there. Then our last one says 4/10. And we're going to think 0/10, 10/10, 5/10. And we know that it's going to be close to 5, but not there yet. So here we're going to put 4/10. Now it says, B says, use the number line in part A to compare the fractions by writing greater than, less than, or equal to. So our first symbol, this is greater than. Then we have less than. And then we have equal to. So we're going to look here and we're going to look at 2/3 and a half. So we're going to find 2/3 and we're going to find a half. And we see that 2/3 is greater than a half. And we always talk about how the larger side eats the bigger number. 2 is 4/10 and a 6. So we look at 4/10 and we look at a 1/6, and we see that 4/10 is greater than a 1/6. Now for 2, it just has them plot the same points, same thing, plotting points. Then it has them compare them, and then it says explain how you plotted the points. Now, for 3, this is asking them to think about it in their head and then explain it. So we have 1/2, which we know is the midpoint, and we have 1/4. So if we think about 1/2, and we can say, what is 1/2 in fourths? 1/2 is 2/4. So we know that 2/4 is greater than a 1/4. And so for here, we know that, so we would say we know that 1/4 is close to 0. Okay, then let's go to C. Okay, here this becomes a little more difficult because it's looking at 3/4 and 3/5. So we now see we have the same numerator, but our denominators are different. So with this one, we know that 3/4 is close to a whole, and 3/5 is close to a whole. So now how do we compare it? Well, we know that fourths are bigger than fifths. So if I have 3/4, that is going to be greater than fifths, because fourths are larger pieces than fifths. Okay, and it just continues on with them thinking about the rest of these. Hope this helps. Have a great night.